Hello everybody, a very good morning to you and welcome back to a brand new live stream and a brand new week in the markets here at Taurex and Atmos. I hope everyone has had a good weekend and is ready for what is a very busy week and a first week of June as well. So I'm actually expecting this to be a really busy start to the month with plenty of volatility and plenty of market movements. I'm already in a trade myself. And I will share that with you. As always, I post my own personal trades to document my journey in the Discord channel. It's quite unusual that I trade this early on a Monday, and it's a pair I'm not really comfortable with. So we've documented it in the journal, and we'll see how it goes. But I like the look of it. There's a lot of news coming out this week as well that we're going to skim through just to give you an outline of what's coming out. Some news over the weekend, some big moves on early Monday. So there's plenty to get through. So if you have any questions about any markets or anything you want me to cover, as always, this is a stream where I will go through those markets that you want me to. I pretty much cover the ones that most people want anyway, but if there are any specific markets that you want me to cover, I will take a look. I can see some requests already, so heading over to the YouTube chat. Hello to everybody who's joined. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Starting from the top, Arminia, Joshua, hello to you. Good to see you. Thank you for commenting. Mahib, hi. I'm here for knowledge. Giveaways are temporary, but things I can learn from you stay forever. Very nice comment. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Nasdi, hello to you. Piesh, good to see you. And yep, can see people. Bobby, hello to you. So commenting win more than once won't make you more lucky. You only get one entry and you get double the luck if you are a subscriber. That's how the giveaway works. If you are around and you want access to the giveaway today, the live draw will be done towards the end of the stream. 10k Atmos funded challenge account and also a 50% deposit bonus. So we've got two winners for today, and that's running all the way through to the end of this month and potentially even longer than that as well. As long as I'm streaming, we're probably going to be doing a giveaway. Tristan, hello to you. Ranga, hello to you as well. Nasdi, looking forward to your NASDAQ analysis. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at the NASDAQ for sure. Hello to you, Daniel. All good on my side. Hope you're doing well as well. Bobby, what did I do on the weekend? I watched the Champions League final. PSG absolutely crushed Inter Milan, didn't they? 5-0. I don't know if anyone watched that on Saturday night. Pretty crazy. Andrew, hello to you. What's your view on gold? Yeah, I'll take a look at gold for this week as well. Jeanette, hello to you. Good to see you. Anna, Suleiman, all of you. Good to see you. Thank you very much. T minus, hello to you as well. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. I think that's just about it. For those of you who join throughout the stream, I will try to say hello to everybody. Right. So, how are we going to do this? Right. Let's just start with first of all the more pressing news and the news over the weekend, and the reason that we're seeing the moves, particularly on gold, like I've just seen there. Mahib, spamming win does not increase our chances of winning. Okay, you only get one entry, so please don't spam win. Commenting it once. That's all. Yeah, that's it. That's all you have to do, Andrew. Comment win once, and you'll be added. Look, I'll show you. As soon as you commented, you get added to the draw. Commenting more than once doesn't make a blind bit of difference, okay? So basically, China has said that the US is provoking frictions as tensions flare despite the US trade truce. So China over the weekend accused the United States of provoking new economic and trade frictions as it responded to US President Donald Trump's claims that Beijing had violated a trade truce agreed by the two nations last month, which paused their blistering tariff war. China was strictly implementing the consensus of those trade talks, while blaming the US for taking steps that seriously undermine the agreement. So, you can dive into the details as much as you like. I always just know that what this means. It's no real surprise to me that this wasn't this deal that we've got between China and the US. We were always going to get little things like this, They're doing this, they're doing that, they're not following the rules, they're undermining our integrity. It's just China and the US going at each other, to be honest. As a result of it, though, when you think about for us as traders, what does that mean? Well, that means, as people are correctly saying in the chat, more flows into the safe haven assets like gold. That's why we see gold up so much. So when I just go on to the current moves that we're seeing at the moment, what basically we've seen is the typical tariff play where we've seen the stock market down a bit, crypto down a bit because that's risk assets. We've got more safe, more risk off trading. Gold up 1.8%, absolutely tanking. Okay. The dollar down. We've noticed that a theme here. As soon as we've had more threat of tariffs and more trade escalations and all that sort of stuff, what we've seen as a result is dollar down. So that's something that we can continue to see. I'm actually always looking to fade the dollar all the time. As soon as we hear more news about increased tensions, etc., fading the dollar every single time. We'll go into the moves more specifically, but just a general trend of what we're seeing early in this Monday morning is risk off. Gold up, dollar down, stock market down, and that's really what we're seeing. Japanese yen up, Swiss franc up. That's how the markets move. There is no peace in the planet, mate. Yeah, there isn't. Yeah, it's not a nice world at the moment, to be fair. But yeah. Okay. Hello to you, Curtin. Good to see you, and thank you to those who commented win. Good to see you all. Hope you're doing well. Right. Let's move on from that to a trade update. So I want to give you an update on the trade that I placed live on the stream on Wednesday last week and the trade that I placed before the stream this week. So the trade that I placed live on stream last week, and as always, I posted it in the trade ideas section of the Discord channel, always, no matter what channel it is. And it was a trade on the pound versus the US dollar. Okay. And the trade pretty much looked like, if I go down to the 1 hour. I can't even remember it now. I can't even remember it, sorry. It was this. Um, 1.34717 roughly was my entry. Stop loss down at 1.34431, and our take profit was up at this high here. When you compare that to what you currently see, you can see generally I've got the direction right. So here was my entry. There. Stop loss was there. Take profit was up here. Now, I want to teach you all a lesson today. I want to teach you a lesson that even when the lesson here is you can be wrong in the markets and still make money. And this is how. Textbook example. Here was my entry on GU. The trade reached a 2.2 to 1 risk reward. My target was up here. I could have left the trade alone and waited for it to hit and waited for it to hit take profit, but I would have been stopped out at a 2% loss. But instead I made 1%. How? Well, I have a plan. At 1 to 1, which was there, I closed half of my position, yeah, and moved my stop loss to below this wick here. At 2 to 1, there, I closed even more and moved my stop loss to entry, which means when we got this massive rejection down to there, I was stopped out for a total of 1% gain. Trading really can be, as long as you're risk managed and it's all about how you manage the trade, manage money live. Now, the frustrating thing is, of course, I did go and hit, it would have hit stop loss, so I moved my stop loss perfectly, and the trade's now on the way up. I don't care. That's just the way it happens sometimes. You can't call the markets exactly what it's going to do. People who claim they can do that are lying to you. The main thing is you have a general idea of what you think is going to happen. You execute with no emotion. You have a risk management plan, how much you're willing to lose. I was willing to lose 2% on it because it was a 4-hour trade. but I ended up making 1% on a trade that didn't even win. So when I go to my trading journal, you can see that my entry price 1.34679, my exit price was 1.34640. I actually lost 3 pips, but made nearly 1%, 0.9%. So I always fill that into my trading journal. A little bit unfortunate that we came back to entry. I did try with another 0.5%, but it didn't work out. So the total profit there was just under 1%. So what I then do is I copy this into my 2025 trades section. So I'll go like that, copy, there it is. And what that should do, there we go. What that should do now is update my June journal for this month so far. 1 trade placed, 0.9% with a trade open. Now, that trade open is GBP AUD, so the pound versus the Australian dollar. Not a market I typically trade, if I'm being honest. Here it is from Discord. Here it is. This is what the trade looks like. The reason I entered this trade, and I can actually load up the proper chart now. I'm bullish on the pound, to be honest. GBP AUD. Okay. 4-hour time frame. Well, first of all, let's just start on the higher time frames, and I believe we're in a bullish trend, so I'm happy with that. Okay, and then when I go down onto the 4-hour time frame, to be honest, this isn't my best trade I've ever placed in my life, but what I liked about it was, you see, equal lows. Okay, and as we know, people, if you've been watching me, equal lows are key liquidity areas. Zoom in on this a bit further. Those equal lows, that liquidity sweep, fill that imbalance, and then close back inside the range. So I entered pretty much on the close back inside the range with a stop loss below this wick, as you can see, and I take profit up here, so 3.6 to 1. But if I can get a runner on this, and this is unlikely, but the target for it, the long-term target, if I ever was still in this trade, with a little tiny bit left of it, 20 to 1 risk reward if you wanted to target the high from April. So that's my trade at the moment, and you can see that if I just zoom in on that a little bit more, you know, it's running okay. And I only placed 1% on this, and the reason was because it was a market that I don't really trade that often. So I was a little bit hesitant. Okay. Let me just quickly check the comments. I didn't see everything there. I was long on gold on Friday, and when the market opened, I was surprised it is gapped onto the upside. Yep. Mahib, you could have trailed your stop loss. Yeah, trailing stop loss is another strategy to do it. I've never been a big trailing stop loss person. Personal preference. I prefer to move my stop loss when I hit certain milestones in my trade. That's the way that I like to do it. Mahib, book 50% and SL to break even. Yes, that's definitely right, as always. The pound US dollar works well with the trend rider. Just give it a bit of room on the retracements. Yes, indeed. Okay, cool. No more questions. You can see we're coming back to entry here. That's annoying. But a potential re-entry here. Anyway, I'm just going to let it go. It's 1% risk. Okay, right. Before I head on to the requests for today, and I can see some requests that we've had: NASDAQ, gold. Any other requests that any markets that anyone wants me to cover? I saw NASDAQ and gold, which I'll go through. Anything else? Oh, I see, Daniel. I see what you mean. Okay. Right. So this week is very, very busy in terms of events, to be honest. So there's going to be plenty of volatility across all markets. We kick off on Monday. This is the first month of June as well, so there can be some volatility in the first week where you sort of get those initial positions. Not worried about GDP but we've got ISM manufacturing PMI out of the US today, which is on a Monday. Typically, we don't see high impact news events on a Monday, so that should kick us off nicely. Obviously, if we see the manufacturing sector declining more in the US, that will feed more into the risk off, that will feed more into the gold strength, the stock market weakness, and the dollar weakness. Tuesday. I won't worry too much about that. Manufacturing PMI out of China, potentially. We've got a Bank of Japan Governor Ueda speech as well. CPI out of Europe, so that's inflation out of Europe. That should put volatility in the euro this week as well, so that's great. As we head into Wednesday, we've got the Bank of Canada interest rate decision. So if you're a trader of USD CAD, that's a big one. We're expecting the Bank of Canada to hold rates where they are. So we'll listen to the statement and see what they say about that to determine any opportunities there. I'm not a big Canadian dollar trader, but I do sometimes trade it against the US dollar. Then we've got the services PMI out of the US as well on Wednesday. So that's the other sector. We had the manufacturing sector today, services sector on Wednesday. And then we head into Thursday, and it's the ECB. So the European Central Bank will deliver its next monetary policy decision, its next interest rate decision. Again, plenty of volatility there in the euro for this week. That's going to add to that. We're expecting the Central Bank of Europe to cut rates by 25 basis points. So we'll see what effect that has on the euro this week. And then that's it for then. And then on Friday, again, more stuff coming out of Europe. There's plenty of action this week in Europe. But more importantly, the biggest event of the week comes on Friday, non-farm payrolls. So we're going to see the health of the current state of the US labour market. Interesting, volatile, one of the biggest, if not the biggest event that we see in our economic calendars this month. There's no change. It's always going to be a heavily scrutinized report, and we'll get to determine the health of the US labour market. So the forecast at the moment is 130k, down from 177. So a continued weakening in the labour market, but often non-farm payrolls has surprised to the upside. So that's going to be an interesting one. Let me just read some of the comments. Okay, dollar yen. Yes, we'll look through that. So I've got gold, NASDAQ, dollar yen, Ethereum, USD Swiss. So a lot of the USD majors. And that's it for now. Oh, and Euro dollar and the DXY. So pretty much all the dollar majors. Let me just read the comments now. What advice do you have for a struggling trader? Which one should he focus on more? On the technical analysis or learn the fundamental analysis? Now, if you're a struggling trader in terms of, let me just go to the main screen. If you're a struggling trader in terms of your knowledge, then yeah, I would focus probably on technical analysis first and then dip into the fundamentals. But if you're struggling in terms of, I know what technical analysis is, I know how to analyze charts, but I'm struggling with my profit and loss, I would probably focus on the psychology and the risk management side of things first, because often what happens is people think that they need to know more technical analysis. They need to know more. I need to know more about the economy in order to be a better trader. No, what you need is to be a emotionless robot that executes his plan without hesitation and has unbelievable risk management skills. That is what people fail on the majority of the time. So I'd focus more on that. What matters more, attitude or consistency? I think they're both as important as each other, to be honest. I would say consistency is... I don't think I can split them. They're both important in different ways. Emotionless robot. That's what I like to consider trading to be. So I would say both attitude and consistency. Consistency is really, really important, though, that you sort of follow that process that you have. Okay, let me go back to the charts. Don't want to look at GA anymore because look, I was in profit, now I'm in a loss. But anyway, we don't care about that. Let's have a look at gold to start off with because it's up 2%. Oh wow. That is crazy. Oh man. I missed the gold trade as well. I tagged this trade last week. It's painful. Okay, no worries. I believe that I tagged this, I marked this analysis on Wednesday's stream, but then didn't execute it. So yeah, it is what it is. Okay, 50% of the imbalance here was beautiful. Liquidity down there as well. Filled that fair value gap. Price is all balanced. This is going higher. I mean, for those who aren't in the trade yet, there is an FVG from over the weekend which is yet to be filled. So pretty much at 3,300. I know it's quite far away from where it is right now. But for me, I would always rather wait for the trade than chase the trade. You know, if I place a buy now, I'm chasing the trade. Although it looks tempting, and yeah, okay, this week it looks to me like we're going to break out probably up towards this wick at 3,000, probably up towards 3,400, the way it's going right now. But I'm happy if it does that. I got the direction right. I got the analysis right. I didn't execute the trade, but it's fine. It's important that you don't get emotional and attach to these things. The market will always give opportunities. For me, now I see the opportunity at this fair value gap at 3,300 or 3,320 as 3,320. Yeah, there's an FEG in there as well, but I'll probably wait for the actual gap from the weekend. If it never fills it and it goes all the way up to the moon, so be it. You have to be patient. So yeah, gold's looking great, and I think we're going to at least come and take out this high. And it wouldn't surprise me if we make a move up to 3,400 this week. Not interested in selling at all. We tried to sell gold. We had a bit of mixed. When I was trying to sell it, I did say to people, the only thing that I don't like about this is that I'm bearish on the dollar, and that's going to stop gold really having a meaningful move to the downside. It looks like that was the case. When we move on to the US dollar, I mean, don't say I didn't tell you. If you look at the monthly time frame now, remember we spoke about how we broke down below these lows. We tried to rally back into the range, massive rejection, ended up closing the month slightly down. I think this month could be a big down one for the dollar from what I see on the monthly time frames on pretty much all of the markets. Solomon, it's not a must that the gap should be filled. No, it's not a must, but often they are filled at some point. I mean, on the 4-hour time frame on the DXY, this just to me looks like we're going to create a new lower low. It's just where that low is formed. I think that we will break down below this, maybe form a low at 98, have some sort of a correction, and then I still see this going lower overall. So I'm actively looking for those dollar short opportunities, and you can see a nice breakout of this channel as well that we had come up to retest. Remember that gap high? Everyone started being bullish on the dollar again. I wasn't. I always said dollar. Look at it on the monthly time frame. It looks so vulnerable to the downside, and it was. How do you marry that up with trading opportunities? Because I think you can't really trade the DXY. I'll just use it as analysis. I'll go back to the monthly time frame on Eurodollar. I've told people about this. Look what happened here. Nice tight consolidation range. Looked like we were going to break higher. We take out all of these lows, and then so we've got accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Okay. Now we look at the hourly time frame. We closed on I wouldn't say it was a doji candle, but again we tried to come back into the range. There was a massive rejection, a lot of buying going on here, and now you can see the new monthly one. It looks to me like we could see at least a test of this high, and my longer term target is up at 1.2. That's where I believe we could get to on euro dollar. That's where I think we might see some resistance. Or we'll probably will see some resistance. Okay, so the way that I would trade these, as always, will be probably my trend rider strategy. So if I go onto the 4-hour time frame, USD, start at the top, GBP USD, you can see that we're starting to get a fresh crossover. No trade there at the moment, but we'll see how that goes. It's very early in the day. Dollar yen, again, fresh bearish crossover. Nothing is guaranteed yet. Just because we're seeing these moves initially doesn't mean that's going to be the move of the week. So I want to see more downside. Then I want to see the correction up into this EMA 12. And then I want to see some more downside. So no trade there at the moment either. USD CAD. Who remembers this short from USD CAD? From that trend rider trade. However, the only problem was is that we got stopped out when the ADX crossed back below 40, which was like here. So you only ended up making about 3-1. I say only, but so yeah, that looks to me like we could be in for a good trade on the USD CAD downside as well. AD USD, ugh, it's a mess. Euro dollar, we did get unlucky with this one, but again, a fresh bullish crossover. Looks to me like we could be going to the upside. And NZD USD, again, a little bit of a bit like AED USD, a little bit of a mess at the moment. And USD Swiss franc, ooh, looks like there was a trade here, but I'm not sure if we had a gap big enough. No, but that's the best one. That is the best one I've seen out of the dollar majors. Still not got a third. My strategy says that we need to have a 30 pip gap here. We haven't quite got that yet, but the trend rider dollar shorts are lining up. Have patience. Let's wait for them to form. They're not quite ready yet, but they're going to be ready soon. Fingers crossed. Okay, what else? We had Ethereum. I saw a request for Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum. God, I've not analysed Ethereum for a while. It's a mess. 4-hour. Nice breakout there. We forming a bullish flag, maybe. It's not really much of a flag, is it? But stuck at the moment. Whoever it was who requested Ethereum. Daniel, sometimes yeah, okay, yeah, you allow sort of if it's like 28, 29 pips, you don't mind that. Fair enough. I don't do that, but there we go. That's just me. I mean, Ethereum, we're now at the bottom of the range. If I was going to trade it, really simply, I don't like this at all, but maybe something like that. I don't like it. It's stuck in a range at the moment. It's not anything that I would trade too much. Yeah, the performance of it's lagging behind a little bit. So I've got a fire alarm going off. That's better. Yeah, it is lagging behind a little bit. You're right, but that's a nice breakout. I like these two candles. That's a good sign. So we could be creating some sort of bullish flag for a move higher, but I'm not massively confident in that trade, to be honest. What else do we have? DAX, the German stock index, yeah? Well. Look at that recovery. It's crazy. Okay, 4-hour DAX, 4-hour DAX. Remember this fair value gap we never got tested as well. This was the previous high, all-time high, which was broken. Sometimes trading doesn't have to be complicated. If you look at this previous all-time high that was broken, if you look how many times we've come and tested it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times over the last month, and each time you can see how there's been these crazy wicks where buyers have stepped in. So there's massive support at these areas. So for the DAX for me looks like it's holding above those highs and it's ready for the next wave higher. So I definitely look for some more upside in the DAX. I don't know if I've got anything clear cut. Let me just see if I can find something. That would be the 50% of that imbalance. Nice reaction as well. Wow. That's a beautiful reaction. Look at that reaction from the 50% of the imbalance. So if it was me, I'd probably look to go long pretty soon. Maybe something that looks like this. But this is scalping. So I'd look for something that looks like that. But yeah, nice reaction from the 50%. For me, I think we're probably going to see at some point, maybe this week, depending on how negative or positive the news is, I do think we'll make a move back up towards those highs. If it's not broke, don't fix it. We're bullish. We should have, and we just continue following the trend as always. Okay. Right. Sorry. There was a request for the stock market as well, wasn't there? Nasdaq and stuff. Nasdaq indeed. Right. Thank you for the comments. The draw will be soon, so make sure you stay on the stream. Okay, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Nasdaq at the moment. Okay. Why did I want that entry? Can anyone remember why I've done this? Okay. So there's a breakout above this basically a breakout above this trend line, 3 touch, which is quite nice. Nice bullish engulfing candle. Saw the move higher. And now we're actually coming back for an entry. Yeah. Okay, don't really like it. Let's analyze it for what it is now. That's not even liquidity, that's a clean break. So what happens, Mahib, is that in the draw, I will show you the generator, and it will draw a random username. When or if you were to be a winner of the prize, what you need to do is comment your Discord username on the chat section here, or on the stream after I finish, because some people don't watch it all the way till the end. Once you send me your Discord username, I'll send you a message on there on how to claim the prize. I would love it if the Nasdaq came back down to this gap this week. Down there would be superb. I would love to see that, but whether we do or not, I'm not too sure. Instead, what's already happened is, as always, ask yourself, where's the liquidity? There it is. What did we tap into? imbalance there. So drop that down even further to the 1 hour. Very low volume. This isn't really the move. Look how many candles. 3 candles of upside, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 candles of downside, and we've not even moved the same amount. If you see what I mean. So I believe that we have yeah, it's a bit of a mess, as you say, Daniel. It is a little bit of a mess, to be honest. But overall, I'm still bullish. I don't see anything clear cut just yet on the Nasdaq or anything. But when there is something a bit more clear cut, I will let you know. No, it does have to be Discord. It needs to be Discord, so you need to be in our community. If you follow me on Instagram, that should be fine. If you follow me on Instagram already, that should be fine. Yeah, Nas is very slow, Nasdy. But yeah, really, we need to have people on Discord in our community. Okay? It's free. You can make an account. It's free. You can scan the QR code on the screen here, and you can join for free. Okay, good stuff. Right, shall we do the draw? Let's do it. Pretty much covered everything I need. So we have 65 entries here. So the first winner is going to be the winner of the 10K Atmos funded 2-phase challenge. As I said, if you are a winner, please put your Discord username in the chat section, and I will contact you on how to win the prize. So good luck. Fatai just got an entry in right at the end there. Good luck to those who have entered. So our first winner is Alaya Kiran. Congratulations, you just won a 10K Atmos funded challenge. Well done. Please, please, please drop your Discord username to claim your prize. Fantastic, great start to the week. You can start that account today as well, and you can hopefully with the movement that we've got, hopefully you can become funded with us at Atmos. So yeah, fantastic. Well done to you. Please drop your Discord username. And the second winner is Mama Jihu. You have won a 50% deposit bonus into Taurex. So well done to you. Again, if you do wish to claim the prize, please put your Discord username in the chat section or on the video after I've finished going live. I'm obviously following the comments, so you can comment them after. I can't unfortunately let you win. It doesn't work like that. It is completely random. But potentially we'll be doing bigger and better giveaways after the end of June. I just need to get them approved, and maybe I can get some more funded challenges going out there. But every single time I go live, I will be doing the same giveaway, 10K every time. 10K every time. So come and join me on Wednesday, and you can have another chance to win. Mama Jihu, can you please put your Discord username in? Thank you. I will drop you a message. Daniel might have to buy a challenge by the looks of it. Yes. Give it a go. My keyboard isn't working, which is just fantastic. Yeah, 100%. If I can cross 10,000 subscribers, then we'll do a massive giveaway for sure. Or if you can get 1,000 people on the stream, if we can get 1,000 people on the stream, then yes, I will do a bigger giveaway for sure. Thank you very much, Alaya. I've just put your Discord username down, and I will contact you just after the stream. Well done to you two. Fantastic. Okay, that pretty much sums it up for today. Just to give you a quick summary, I'm open on GBP AUD. I've got my eye on the trend rider for dollar shorts. I'm generally bullish on the stock market, yet but there isn't quite an opportunity for me. So at the moment, I will leave the GBP AUD trade and I'll let it go and see how we get on. I'll be back on Wednesday for another one of these live streams, another giveaway. That will be, the best prop firm is Atmos. That's our prop firm. It's the best. It's broker backed by Taurex. That is the best one. So come and join us if you wish to do so. What else was I going to say? I think that's about it. Oh yes, on Wednesday, sorry, it will be my final stream for 1 week. I'm off work. I'm travelling back to the UK next week, so I won't be streaming. I'm in the process of asking, because I won't be streaming next week, if the prizes can roll over to the following week so people can get... There's 2 Atmos challenges per stream. Leave that with me, and I'll see what I can do. But I won't be streaming from next week, so Wednesday will be my final stream. Yeah, Suleiman, some people enter the giveaway but then leave the stream. You know, that's up to them. That's what they want to do. Okay. Thank you very much to everyone who tuned in this morning or this afternoon, wherever you're watching from. Have a fantastic trading week. That was your weekly preview, and I will see you all very shortly. Thank you.